Hey, I'm Miz Lemonade, and I have made this little video to tell you how to start an enrichment program with mainly K through 2 age children. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. For 11 years I taught first grade, and recently I moved to gifted and talented. My job was to provide enrichment for K through 2 classes, which I found exciting and wonderful. I was able to bring some creativity into the classrooms that the teachers don't have time to do anymore. But as excited as I was about the K through 2 part of it, another part I was not excited about was teaching math to 5th and 6th graders, because that is part of the gifted curriculum at our school. And so I began to figure out that as badly as I felt about my ability to teach 5th grade math, there were other teachers that felt the same way about teaching enrichment and creativity lessons to kindergartners and first graders. So I kind of got a little bit of a perspective on the fact that just because something is very easy and fun for me doesn't mean it is fun and exciting for other people. I spoke at a few conferences and realized that, especially in the state that I live in Arkansas, many teachers are responsible for providing gifted enrichment to kindergartners through 12th graders. Now, if you're used to working with a 9th or 10th grader and you have to go into a kindergarten room, you really might feel a little apprehensive, a little anxiety, not sure what to do. So I thought I would make some videos to help you feel more comfortable and to know exactly what to do with the little ones. In fact, I have a PowerPoint that you can find on my Teachers Pay Teachers site for free called What to Do with a Kindergartner. And it basically goes through and tells how to come up with or create lessons that are appropriate for little ones that are in about the 20 to 30 minute range, and that encourages them to use their creativity without overwhelming us with a lot of glue and Play-Doh, and well, I use all of that, but not at the same time. Some people are just overwhelmed by the creativity process. One of my first grade teachers, as soon as I get out paint and glue, she kind of freaks out and leaves the room. But you can use those things if you do it in the right way, and if you give the right directions to the children, and if you don't use them all at the same time or all during the same week. It can be done, and we can foster their creativity and their creative thinking. So as I told you, I'm going to start out with how to begin an enrichment program. Now I have people ask me, do I wear this little outfit? I have several tutus, I have several boas that, as you can see, give me fits sometimes. I have lots of different headbands. I have glasses that I pick up at the dollar store year round. I have Halloween back glasses and springtime flower glasses, and just any sort of holiday-ish type headbands or glasses or garb that I can find for $1 or, you know, on the clearance rack. I usually pick up to use throughout the year. Because the very first lesson I teach in every class, whether it's kindergarten or 5th grade, is how to be original. Because that's one of the things we have lost in our society, is how to be original and to think originally, and to not just follow the pattern that we learn or the pattern of other people. So, since my main lesson is about originality, and one of the words that I constantly say to them is original, then I try to be original when I go into the classes. And after a few weeks, the children figure out that you are original and you're different from others. And this is one way that I let them know it's okay to be different from other people. Because obviously we talk about how nobody else in the hall looks like this, you know, nobody else looks like Miz Lemonade, and they think it's fun to try to find people that might copycat me. The book that goes along with that first lesson, which you can also find for free on the Teachers Pay Teachers website, Miz Lemonade, is called Ruby the Copycat, and it's based on the book Ruby the Copycat, and it's about a little girl that just wants to fit in, so she constantly copies what the other children and what the teacher does. And so I use that book and lesson as a basis for us to jump off and to say we cannot be copycats. I make them do whiskers and I make them do ears, and I say we're not copycats. And we always use the word original. And every time when I come in, the first few times I would begin vocabulary, which is original, just like me and nobody else. I did that the first few times, and now even as the children see me in the hall or when I first walk into the class, they put their O's up because they know that we are going to talk about being original and not being copycats or being like anyone else. So it's very important that you model that it's okay to be original and different. So like I said, I pick up all these things, Halloween clearance, dollar store, and I've even made these tutus, and I'm going to show you how to do the tutus very quickly and easily. Now I have all kinds of tutus. The more I made, the better I got at it, and I talked to the children about how I was able to problem solve, because the first tutu I made, I saw what I did wrong, and I thought about what would work better, and I problem solved, and I made a better tutu, just like they can problem solve and make things better in their lives. So this first tutu, basically I stapled together and sewed a ribbon on. The next tutu I did, I kind of did the same thing. It's a little bit shorter, so it stands out a little more. I sewed on pieces of, this is called tulle. It's very inexpensive at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabric. And then I bought some, again, very inexpensive ribbon from Walmart, and I stapled it on, and then I sewed a ribbon over the top so that I can tie it on. And the great thing about this is it doesn't matter how big or if it fits you perfectly, because you can tie it to whichever ribbon fits you at the time. After Thanksgiving and Christmas, you might have to move it out a few. And then the last tutu I made, I got a little smarter, and I thought I don't want to have to make a different tutu for every holiday and for every season. So I chose some standard colors, the green and the orange for fall, and then the red and the green for Christmas, and then red for Valentine's Day, green for St. Patrick's Day, and then all three for springtime colors. But what I did differently is I put Velcro dots on the ribbon. So now I have a basic skirt, but for each holiday I can Velcro on different ribbons to change my skirt for the holidays. So this happens to be a ribbon for fall. I just took, again, an inexpensive ribbon. I got these at the dollar store, and I glued them on with a hot glue gun, and I put the peel and stick Velcro dot right here. And so when I get ready to change my skirt up, I can just Velcro on the different ribbons for the different holidays. So you can see this is still left over, and it is still decorative for fall. But then I also had red ribbons with Christmas trees on them for Christmas time, and then I have some red ribbon with hearts for Valentine's Day. So if you can just get one skirt together and use your Velcro and your ribbon, it's easy to change for the holidays. Even if you didn't want to hot glue anything on, you could still just change the colors of the ribbons. Now, if you don't know how to fold and staple this together, I'm going to show you. This is called tulle. It is very inexpensive at the fabric store, and it comes folded like this when you buy it. So I just cut strips, and after you cut the strips, I fold them again, and then basically I just kind of fold a triangle and then fold it down, and I don't know what I did with my stapler. There it is. You just give it a staple or two, and that gives it the poofiness, so that when you staple it onto the ribbon, it'll look poofy all the way around. So I just alternated colors, whatever colors you want to pick. And then, like I said, I can sew, but if you can't sew, that's okay. You can still just take your ribbon, and you can just staple it on your ribbon, and then tie it around your waist. So when I do this, and I'm going to the kindergarten and first grade classes, I don't change clothes. You know, if I'm wearing a dress that day, if I'm wearing jeans, whatever. The only thing I do is I put the skirt on, and then I add glasses or a hat or a headband, just to make it a little more exciting for the kids. So it might feel kind of crazy at first, but this is a way for you to get on their level and for them to be comfortable with you, and for you to get in the spirit of being original yourself. So remember, it's okay to act silly, because if we don't act silly and if we don't act creative, how can we expect them to? Especially the older they get. My 4th and 5th grade classes, I go to see once a month, but they are really cool and they don't really want to let it go. But if I go in and I let it go and I act silly and crazy and I dress silly and crazy, it's a lot easier for them too. So remember, original, just like me and nobody else.